I can already see this video is going to be about revolution, the struggle of the Chinese people and the struggle of the Communist Party of China over the last 100 years. And to celebrate the revolution, as they actually call it here in China, the revolution, they have multiple museums in different areas all along this area of Guangxi Autonomous Region. And why do they have it? Well, they like to remember their history, just like the Americans, the Canadians, the French, all of these people like to remember their history, and the Chinese are no different. When I come in here, they say, you got to put on a mask, but the mask lady's gone, I'm all by myself, so there it goes off again. So they have all of these pictures on the walls, remembering the days gone by, the troubles that they've had to go through, the fights, the hardships, all of those things that they've had to go through over the last 100 years that's brought us here today in mainland China. They still have struggles today. They have struggles with other people, other countries around the world, but it's a lot better than it used to be back in the earlier days, where they had the French, then they had the British, then they had the Japanese, and but they went through all of these different things, and the final one was the Civil War with the KMT here in mainland China, and the communist government won that one, everybody knows, and the KMT is still sitting there licking their wounds on Taiwan Island. But that's another story for another video. And they've put up all of these museums, and we've gone through a couple of them, and I'm going to be showing you a number of exhibitions and whatever in and around this area of Guangxi Autonomous Region that shows the pride and the patriotism of the Chinese people. Go figure, eh? Granted, this video is a little bit different than the videos that I usually do here in mainland China. I'm usually political, opinionated, showing my life in mainland China, but I'm a Canadian too. So when I see big automatic weapons, I sort of get this little child inside me saying, oh, touch them, Gweilo, touch them. You know what I mean? And you got mortar launchers, you got 50 cals, you got all of this stuff from days gone by, and I'm telling you, this stuff is freaking amazing, guys. And this is real stuff. This isn't just made up stuff. And that's why they have it in glass behind. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. And anybody that's ever been in a military anywhere around the world, it doesn't matter which country it is, they're sort of like a military buff. They get off on the military stuff. And I'm no different. I get off on this stuff, like seriously. How they did it, how they won the war, how they brought the people together, and they were the underdog to begin with because the KMT had all of the heavy weapons and whatever, and just the grassroots sitting at a little table, something like this, back 100 years ago, developing the party that would take over and run the largest populated country in the world, and soon to be the largest economic country in the world. And you got to understand, people, these people were peasants and farmers back in those days. They didn't have any wealth, they weren't rich, but they had heart, and that's what it took. They were brave enough to take on the establishment and actually start a revolution here in mainland China. And not only start it, but they won it. So after they won the revolution, they started rebuilding the country. And and they used to print stuff too. You know what I mean? On an old printing press it's the old way, it's the way it was. But they started rebuilding the country. And that's taken 70 years or more. And they've got it to the point where they are just on the verge of being the largest economic power in the entire world. They're just on the verge of being the top military power in the entire world. The Chinese are tired of being pushed around. They're tired of being taken advantage of. And because of their economic power, their military power, the number of people they have on the ground here in China, they don't have to be pushed around anymore. They're a party to be reckoned with. So from peasants to the leaders of a country of 1.4 billion people, the Chinese people have the military power. The Chinese people have the economic power, and they have the numbers of people on the ground here in mainland China. They have actually the power now in the world, and they're not going to be taken advantage of anymore. I know there's a lot of countries around the world that wish that they were as powerful as China, that they were as rich as China, and you know, they had the number of people and the power that China does. They just don't anymore, and China's not going to be pushed around anymore, guys. They're going to make sure that they're treated properly from now on and into the future. So as you watch this video bounce around a little bit, because I'm actually not used to making videos in this type of format, but as you watch this video and you see, you know, the museums that they put up and the guns that they display and the pictures of years gone by and the things that have happened in their past that they're actually very proud of. Think about walking through a place like this, a museum like this, as a foreigner in a place like mainland China. Basically, I'm right on the Vietnamese border, and think of what I'm thinking. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, this is an experience of a lifetime to live in mainland China and to learn all of these things about the Chinese history. It's one of those things that that sort of cranks my turn, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to resubscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell, and whatever you do, don't forget to put a couple bucks in the children's Patreon account. It's for a good cause. Thanks for watching. Bye now.
Funny.